Wonderful. Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Rachel Berg Scherer. I am one of the co-founders of Scribente Maternum, and I am here in conversation today with the one and only amazing Marcie Rendon. Marcie is an enrolled member of the White Earth Nation. She is an award-winning author, a speaker on Native issues and leadership, and she also speaks and teaches on writing, which is what we are so blessed and fortunate to have her join us in our Scribente Maternum community to talk about today. I also need to say that Marcie was awarded the McKnight Distinguished Artist Award for 2020, and Oprah named her as one of the 31 Native authors to read right now. And if you're looking for something of Marcie's to read right now, her new book, Murder on the Red River, is my new favorite. Personally, in the wintertime, especially over Christmas break, a good page-turning thriller is what I reach for. And if that's what you are as well, or if you really just like beautiful sentences and words and people, then anything by Marcie is wonderful. But her new book, Murder on the Red River, is my new favorite. So, Marcie, thank you so much for joining me today and talking with me.
Thank you for having me. The good time of the year to be talking about writing, sitting inside and reading good books.
Absolutely, absolutely. So let's talk a little bit about writing, about your own writing journey. How did you get to where you are in your own writing journey, your own writing path?
So basically growing up, I've always written like little stories and poetry and school papers, college thesis papers, but no one told me that I could be a writer. And so it was a long journey to figuring out that this is what I actually wanted to do and was going to do and try to make my living doing. And I had been working as a therapist, as a counselor, and the company that I was working for changed residents, like they moved from Minnesota to France or the Southwest, and they gave us all a year's severance. And so I spent that year writing because that's what I wanted to do. And the end of the severance pay was coming up, and I thought, well, I better make some money doing this. And at that point, that's when I started sending things out for publication. And I was awarded the Loft Inroads Writers of Color residency with mentor Jim Northrup. Buffy Sedlacek was my mentor at the Playwright Center for playwriting. So it was just a matter of doing what I had always done, but fine-tuning and getting mentorship to actually then put things out for publication. And I joined women's writing groups, where the whole goal is to encourage each other, seek publication, put our work out there, give feedback on each other's work, but really to be a supportive network of people to go out into this publishing world.
That's wonderful. I mean, we think so often of writers sitting in a room by themselves and it being very isolated, and but I don't know if we can always work that way. It doesn't feel natural, especially for women writers, right? We need people around us.
Well, if you're a mother, you don't have a choice. Like there are just little bodies all around. I remember my first children's book, I was on deadline, and I was sitting at my kitchen counter, and back then it was a typewriter, and the kids had Cheerios and Kicks all over the kitchen floor. And I thought, I can't even deal with this. I just got to meet this deadline. And I think that that's one of the key things about being a mother, is that we do so much of the work in our heads. And then when we can grab these moments, we kind of just like spill it all out until we have to go do laundry or cook supper or give somebody a ride somewhere. It's a whole other world than I think what many people have to deal with.
It is. And then when we're doing the laundry and the errands and everything, then we're working on our next project.
That's right.
I think like something about Kicks and a typewriter needs to be your memoir title. When you write your beautiful memoir, Kicks and a typewriter. Well, what inspires you now? That's how you got started. And I love the same juxtaposition that we all have with the parenting and the writing. And I love that you found support. What keeps you on this journey? What keeps you going?
I love writing. I love telling these stories. I can always make up a story in my head in a moment about just about anything that's happening out there. And so getting the space and the opportunity to get all of this stuff out of my head into, the computer, onto the page. I have a friend who lives up around Duluth, and her mother loves my writing. And I have a whole little collection of short stories that have really never been published. But I'll send these stories to her mother, who just loves them. And that kind of, that kind of feedback can keep you going a long ways. And then also the feedback from readers of the Cash Black Bear series who just love Cash, and they want to know more about Cash. They want the next book and the next book and the next book. And it's kind of like, I don't know, like being Christmas all the time and getting to give people gifts. That's the only way that I can.
I love it. I love it. And I happen to know for a fact that one of your books is under my tree right now. So you are literally giving me a gift this holiday season as well, which I appreciate, because my whole family saw how much I was loving your other books, and I was like, there's a couple that this one that I don't have, and so 99% sure that you've given me a gift too. And I'm very excited for these short stories to come to fruition someday.
Someday they will.
I love it.
At some point, I also love the fact that for a whole collection.
Yeah, oh, good. And I love the fact that a mother is still who is supporting you and who's still your greatest fan. Yeah. Moms just know how to support everyone.
Yes. And there's something about the non-competition. It's like if you have more than one kid, there's no, as a mother, you can't say, well, this one, no. It's like all or nothing. And I think that that's one of the things that we can offer other women writers, is that all or nothing kind of, not nothing, but all of us, there is enough for everyone. And we all have stories that we need to tell, want to tell, and that other people are interested in hearing.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Oh, I love it. So a little bit about our retreat in January. You're going to be joining us for our Remember Your Mother retreat, based on that line from Joy Harjo's beautiful poem about remembering your mother. What will our attendees take from your session that day? What do you hope they walk away with? What do you hope is changed in them, or what do you hope just they learn from you or take away from their time with you?
There will be writing exercises, so they will actually have some writing to take with them, but also this idea that we all have an inner critic, and we can tell that critic to shut up and leave us alone and not let that critic stop us from moving forward, seeking publication. The other thing that I would want people to know is that there's no time limit on when you can seek publication, that anybody can do this. Everybody, if you have a story and you're committed to writing and you're committing to making it the best story that you know how to do, there's space out there for everyone's stories.
I love that. That's beautiful. There's always another bookshelf, right?
There's always another bookshelf. And people, if you're writing from your heart, about your human experience, it transcends all these perceived differences that we think we have.
That's beautiful. I love it. And I think what is so special about our Scribente Maternum community too, is that we come together as writers and as mothers. And I feel like those are two of the most unifying experiences that people can have.
That's right. That's right.
It's a beautiful place. And I'm just so pleased that you're a part of it and you're going to be joining us. Yes. In the meantime, can you tell us where to find you if we want to learn more about you or find you on social media or anything like that?
I think the best place to find me on social media is Facebook, just under Marcie Rendon.
Okay.
I'm on Twitter, same thing, Marcie Rendon. My granddaughter has my Instagram page set up and running. So, and again, it's Marcie Rendon, I believe. So but Facebook really is the best way to find me. I do have a web page, again, just Marcie Rendon, which is in the process of, there's a lot of stuff on there, but it's in the process of showing these new covers from the books. Yeah. You know.
I love, oh, and that one's over there. That one's over there.
They're the new covers, new publisher with Soho Press.
Oh,
and
wonderful.
that has to be upgraded yet on my website.
Good. Wonderful. Great. Well, we were going to look for you in all those places, and we're especially going to look for you in this space in January for our retreat together.
I was going to say the books are at Once Upon a Crime on 26th Street in Minneapolis, and then also at Birch Bark Books in the Kenwood neighborhood.
And those are both
the two places that I know.
Oh, and they're two of my absolute favorite local bookshops. They're wonderful. The owners of both of those stores are just delightful humans, and support your local bookshop wherever you are, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Marcie. It's just been a treat chatting with you, and I am greatly looking forward to our time together in January.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Thanks.